These are scenes from an Australian movie titled Dead Calm. In it, when Nicole Kidman isn't sailing the ship looking for her husband, she is in jeopardy from an ocean hitchhiker who is a demented killer. It was this movie, Dead Calm, that took this obscure Australian actress and put her in Paramount's expensive summer release Days of Thunder, starring Tom Cruise.
There's nothing I can't do with the race car.
Tom Cruise saw Dead Calm, and he told Robert Town about it, and then told Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer, and said that he would really like to work with me. So it was one of those incredible things that happened. And then I flew in from, I'd been in Japan at the Japanese Film Festival for Dead Calm, and I flew in and met them, and the next day they offered me the role.
Nicole Kidman's new movie, Moulin Rouge, opened the Cannes Film Festival last week. The audience applauded enthusiastically after several musical numbers, but the following day, critics were divided, perhaps because it's a movie that defies convention.
A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend. A kiss may be grand, but it won't pay the rental on your humble flats, or help you feed your pussycat.
It was almost like being in a circus, because we all spent so long together. And it's so colourful, we're always in these weird and wild costumes, and we all were like a big family. And we lived in trailers and would go, you know, it was all shot on sound stages, nothing was shot outside. So it was like going into the big tent and doing, you know, your circus act.
And you must have felt as if you were sort of transplanted in time. I mean, didn't you, in a way? Because of the opulence of the set and the costumes.
It was so wonderful, though, showing up every day and sitting down to them. I mean, we didn't get a lot of sleep because we really worked long hours. You know, you'd get 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. Because you have to come in and warm up for the dance routines, or warm up vocally before you go on, and then do hair and makeup for sort of 2 or 3 hours, which I hate to say it took me a lot to look like I did in the film, because they do all the, you know, the finger waves and the hats and this makeup. And
Oscar winner Nicole Kidman is about to hit the big screen in the much talked about movie The Stepford Wives. It's based on the 1970s thriller about the perfect woman. The new version, however, is a comedy. In part one of a very candid interview with Nicole, I asked her if she was familiar with the original.
No.
No?
But I knew the term Stepford wife. So I knew that sort of implied a robotic, kind of perfect-looking wife who kind of did everything you wanted her to do. And I don't know how I had that reference, but I just did, I suppose, because it's really in the pop culture.
It's
isn't
true.
It,
it really is a part of the vernacular now. But in this movie, you're sort of the anti-Stepford wife, aren't you?
At the beginning, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your character, because I found her very funny.
Well, I start off as this network executive head, actually, who's basically responsible for all these reality TV shows, and is absolutely driven, out of control, career-obsessed woman who then has a breakdown and is
because she gets fired, right?
She gets fired. Because someone tries to shoot her during one of the conferences, and so she gets fired and has to leave her job, and then, you know, her life's over as far as she's concerned. But her husband takes her to this suburb called Stepford to try and save the marriage.
In her new psychological thriller, Before I Go to Sleep, Nicole plays Christine, a housewife who wakes up every morning with amnesia.
Who are you?
I'm your husband.
Unable to remember who she is or anything about her past.
What attracted you to this script? It's about a very vulnerable woman who's dealing with men who control her.
Yeah. Well, I think I love thrillers.
Why is he hiding the attack?
The universal theme in this is control.
You store up information for a day. When you wake up in the morning, it's all gone.
I'm interested in the psychology of women and why we're here and what connects us and all the big questions, Maria.
Those men decided what to do with you, and I fell into line, like I usually do. They say sometimes you gotta hurt a child in order to help them, and that may be so with some things, but a mother knows when something isn't right.
Look at you two. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Lucas. Hi, Nicole. How are you? What was your reaction right there when you were watching that little clip?
She's just killing it.
She's killing it.
Always killing it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, she was killing it that whole day.
This is
He's
based.
a good son.
This is based on a true story, a book. You guys have met the actual characters. I mean, does that does it make it a little more daunting when you're telling a story, knowing who it's based on?
Yeah, I think definitely I fell in love with Garrett's voice in the book. So when I got to meet him, we actually had a connection, and that I was like, okay, wow, I can be of service to him and tell his story. I was like, okay, we're doing this.
I saw the movie, and what struck me, besides your excellence every day, and yours too, just like Lucas said, I mean, they in all seriousness, they're amazing performances, is that this is a controversial subject, but I thought that it was handled with such care, and there weren't any easy villains. And I thought that was quite a feat, given the subject matter.
Well, you're telling the story of a very compassionate family, and the relationship between the mother and the son is so beautiful, and you really see that. And the love,
father and son's relationship is as well.
And complicated, and so I think it delves into the complication of it, but it also delves into it with love. You know, and this family is not fractured. I mean, they're a family.